I'm writing this to you from a place you couldn't see back then. You don't recognize me yet, but I'm you. The version that made it past the night you almost quit. I remember exactly where you are right now. The silence, the heaviness in your chest. That moment where you ask yourself, is this really worth it? You weren't lazy. You weren't weak. You were exhausted from fighting battles no one clapped for. You kept showing up while nothing changed, kept believing while results stayed silent, kept moving while the world acted like you were invisible. And that almost broke you. You smiled around people, but alone, you questioned everything, your dreams, your direction, your value. You wondered if you had wasted time, if you had started too late, if you simply weren't built for more. Let me tell you the truth. You couldn't hear back then. You weren't failing. You were being tested by time, because time exposes everyone who only moves when it's easy, and it forges those who move when it hurts. Every boring day you survived was sharpening you. Every lonely night you endured was teaching you how to stand without validation. You thought nothing was happening, but something was forming. Your standards were changing. Your tolerance for excuses was dying. Your patience was turning into quiet strength. Back then, you thought giving up would bring relief. But deep down, you knew quitting wouldn't end the pain. It would just delay it and make it permanent. Because the pain of discipline eventually leaves. But the pain of regret moves in and never pays rent. I know there was a moment you almost chose comfort over purpose, where distraction felt safer than commitment, where lowering your expectations felt like peace. But you didn't stop. Even when you slowed down, you didn't turn back. And that decision, that quiet, uncelebrated decision, is the reason I exist. You didn't wake up successful overnight. You didn't suddenly become confident. You didn't magically feel ready. What changed was your refusal to quit. One day, you stopped waiting to feel motivated. You moved anyway. You stopped asking for permission. You acted anyway. You stopped needing people to understand you. You understood yourself. Life didn't become easy. You became harder to break. And here's the part you need to hear right now. The version of you who almost gave up is not something to be ashamed of. That version is the proof you stayed in the fight longer than most. You stood at the edge and chose to step forward instead of disappear. So if you're listening to this and you feel tired again, lost again, close to quitting again, listen carefully. This moment is not new. You've been here before, and you survived it. Keep going, not because it's comfortable, but because your future self is waiting. Waiting for you to become who you said you would be when no one was watching. Waiting for you to prove that pain didn't scare you away. Waiting for you to finish what you started. You don't need more motivation. You need to honor the version of you who already endured too much to stop now. So breathe, stand up again, and keep going.